oh, it's gonna be $7.80. I'd be like, oh, God bless you, $7.80. Hi, welcome to MomGamers. This is about road trips with your car, with your van, with your family, and tips, tricks, and things that we've done, mistakes I've done, I like, I don't like. So, Rachel, any recent trips you've taken?
We haven't taken any trips, but I love that we're talking about this and getting thinking, and that I am starting to think about this right now. Sorry, verbiage is not always my forte. But because this summer we're actually doing a road trip to a family reunion.
Where?
And out to Bear Lake it's northern Utah. It's like on the border of Utah and Idaho. And so we're staying in this huge house. And the last road trip that we took, I think, it's been quite a long time. So to be able to get some ideas, love to hear from you guys too, whatever ideas, as like I said, I'm going to need them for the summer, so that we can have some way to entertain kids other than just letting them sit on a tablet the whole time. Because then once you finally get out, then their behavior's so poor after that, after sitting in the car. Oh, yeah. Everybody's just so grouchy and crabby.
To pull them out of the car. Yeah, they do. Although the tablet, I'm digressing, it keeps them occupied, but then after that they seem, at least my sons, they get kind of glossy-eyed, kind of like sad.
And they're less patient with each other and moody. Yeah.
Okay.
We could have a whole other video about that, which I'm sure that we will at some point.
Yes. Okay, so we've done a couple of road trips, and with our car, and we again, Honda minivan, I love it. It's our only car. So the first thing we do is, prior to that, like a month before, we have to, it's in our budget, we agreed to it, my husband and I, we have to take it to the dealership and to get a checkup. So brakes, tires, brakes and rotors, tires, and the engine. Yeah. So any belts or oil change, fluids, air filter. And then I always say a little prayer. Oh, I hope, it's like going to the doctor. You hope it's like clean bill of health. It's not like, oh, you have cancer, and it's going to cost you
$1,000 because you need to get this one thing fixed.
Oh, there's something so funny about that. In the past, every time when you go get your car fixed and they come out with a bill, and they say, "Oh, it's gonna be $7.80," I'd be like, oh, "God bless you, $7.80." That's great. Of course, go fix it. $7.80, and then I look at the bill. Oh, shoot, $780. That's like a month's worth of groceries. How am I gonna afford that?
For sure.
Oh, so scary when they come out with, it's like a random number. Like, oh, here's 5,000. Sure. Do you have 5,000?
When it's less than what you expect, you feel like you won the lottery.
Yeah.
Yes, it was under $500.
Yay! I can go buy other junk now. So and then I'm gonna kind of dance around. I've learned from past experience, I bit my tongue, but I go straight to the Honda dealership. So there's the Honda dealership is called Luther. It's owned by the Luther family. And they have the Honda dealership. It's in Brooklyn Center.
It's a pretty big company. If you live in Minnesota, you've heard of Luther car dealerships. They're all over.
And they are top notch. They're stellar. They're so 5-star, high quality, and they built a brand new dealership too. I swear, when I go in there, even though it's going to cost money, I actually get kind of excited. You go in there, it's very beautiful. Even when you pull into the car, everything is clean tiles. It's brand new. And then they have their coffee and hot drinks bar. And they have free muffins and cookies.
Yep.
So I get the herbal tea. My kids get the hot chocolate. And then they have a cute little children's section. So and it's very wide and spacious. So I've been there with the kids for many hours. Before that, something like that would stress me out, but it's been very pleasant over there. And there's a Culver's across the street if we have to grab lunch. But it's very spacious. We walked around up and down stairs, so it's very fun. Okay, come on.
Sorry, we just got interrupted. You know,
Hi, Abby.
moms. When does that not happen?
It's the title of the channel, Mom Gamers. Their children are in our lives always.
Yeah, when they're going to interrupt us.
And I have to give a big shout out to my wonderful niece Bliss, who is watching our children while we do this. Thank you so much, Bliss. So we go there, and as we wait to get our car diagnosed or fixed, so it's really nice. So and the biggest thing, this is even like bigger than having a nice dealership where there's free muffins and cookies. From past experience, when I've gone to like another auto place, I won't say the name, but I'll just go there for an oil change or something very simple, and then 20 minutes later they come out and they have this look of very sad, depressed look, and they'd be like, you need to fix X, Y, and Z. This car's going to fall apart right when you drive out. You're going to be in danger. And I'm so scared. I'm like, okay, fix everything. It's going to fall apart, or something's going to burn, or it's on its last leg. So I feel like I get very pressured into fixing all these things I clearly don't have the money for. Mm-hmm. But at Honda, even though it's well established, it looks like it's a well-to-do place. I think that I would thought they would sell me things, but whenever they come with the diagnosis paper, it's color coded and charted, and they tell you really nicely anything that's good and anything that's wrong, but they give you choice. They're like, by the way, this is wrong, it's up to you. What do you think? What can you afford? If I were you, I would do this. I might not even do that. And I appreciate that so much. This one guy, he told me that, there was like a piece of metal behind the tire. He's like, you know what? If it were me, I'll just leave it because it's just a little piece of tin anyways. And I really appreciate the not using the scare tactic.
Yes.
Okay.
The scare tactic is such a huge thing within our culture and the media. You hear it all the time on commercials on the radio. Mm-hmm. Oh, your kids aren't going to develop properly if you don't take them to the right school, or all of these things. And so I completely get that. We have a wonderful auto shop that we go to. It's a little further away, so we drop the car off, and they are not as schwanky as the dealership, but we drop our vehicles off and then we'll come back and get them. But they are wonderful. They're cost effective and they're honest people every single time. They're really, really, really wonderful. So
awesome.
So yes, you got to find that auto mechanic that you trust. Yeah. It is so important.
You do. They're like a best friend or neighbor.
Yep, priceless.
So okay, so after the car is in good health, planning for the trip, what we've done is that, so it seats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It seats 7, right? The car. I think your car seats 7. But in the middle seat, there's those 2 chairs, and we remove one of the chairs. So we just leave it in the garage. So there's an empty space, and we put like a small cooler in there, full of snacks, full of water. Full of diapers and baby formula. Those are to-go items. All of the kids' clothes and backpacks, we put it in the back trunk.
Yep.
And then we'll bring. One time we brought a couple of board games, but I think tablets has kind of taken that over now.
Right.
And then we also, beforehand, I download a couple of books on MP3.
Oh, nice.
And you could do that on an app. I think it's called Overdrive, where it connects to your local library.
Yeah.
And you can rent out an ebook, which is awesome. And there's so many good books. One time I got a book on history of genetics. Oh, that was so good.
Interesting.
And then one time Chris actually got the CD, the Da Vinci Code.
Oh.
And oh my gosh,
who read that? Who was the
I don't know. It wasn't like Tom Hanks or anything. It was like,
well, sure.
I don't know, but it was a guy.
Okay.
But then I remember we went and it was like on CD 6 or 7, and the baby's crying, and my knuckles were white because I was clinging onto the steering wheel. It was so intense and good. It was very much. It really makes the drive like so much better.
Yeah, we get books on CD from the library, and just borrow them from the library for free, and then we listen to those. So we got we went and did just a short road trip this last summer. That was just like I think it was a 5-hour road trip, and for that one we got all 3 of the Lord of the Rings on CD.
Oh my gosh.
And tried to listen to those every time we got in the car so we could get through it all. We didn't get through it all, obviously.
Do you guys enjoy it though?
Yeah, it was fun. The kids are really into it, and my husband's read it a million times, so it was getting books on CD. So that's one of the things that that's what our kids actually, it's a pretty common thing that we do regardless, even just when we're at home, is get books on CD that the kids get to pick out and listen to whenever they want. And so to then incorporate that.
I never do that. Why don't I do
the
that?
Car ride. I don't know, Linda.
You get books like your kids would like too.
They pick out. We'll go to the library and they'll pick out books on CD.
And you listen to them like during your regular commute in the car or at home?
Not really that, because generally our regular commute's only like 10, 20 minutes.
So when do you listen to the books on?
They listen to it just in their bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
So if they don't get screen time or want to go outside, if it's too cold or rainy or whatever, they'll listen to books on CD in their room.
At home. It doesn't have to be always on the road. And it's going to be 4 years. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I never ever thought of doing that.
Awesome. So that is one of the tips that we have for in the car for road trips, is get a few books on CD and listen to that, and everybody can engage. And then it creates a conversation too. Once you're done with the book, it's almost like your own little mini book club within the time, because then you can all talk about it. And
can you give me an idea what some books you've gotten for the kids, books on CD?
They've gotten, I think, just about all of the books, Percy Jackson books, a lot of the Magic Treehouse books. There's a series called Big Nate. I think that they've gotten those. There's another one that I can't remember. Oh, Geronimo something. I'm sure that some other mom will be able to know which one I'm talking about. But it's he's a mouse detective. There's also a show on Netflix for him.
What?
So,
where have I been?
So yeah, those are kind of the main ones. They've done all the Harry Potter books on CD.
On CD.
What other? They've done a ton of them. I mean, we've been doing this for a couple of years. So not only do they listen to it during the day, but a lot of times then at night before they go to sleep, they'll read a book or look through like a Diary of the Wimpy Kid book with the pictures and the words, and then they'll also listen to a different story. I don't know. They are obviously good at multitasking.
Rachel, I thought I was going to teach you, but you end up teaching me. Okay,
that's what we're here for. That's what we want to create, is a mom community where we're learning from each other.
That's one of my favorite pastime hobbies, and it took a miracle for me to even realize how resourceful other moms are, or to be open to them and vulnerable, and to tell me things and I tell them things. Anyways, okay, thanks so much for listening. This is tell us your minivan road trip tips and tricks. I would love to hear them. Comment below. Take us on with you on the road trip too. Take us with you on your smartphone. Tell a friend about our channel, and please subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.